Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs of 7th of March. First question is, which state government has launched Notun Disha initiative to provide training to teachers? Right answer is Tripura. So recently, the state government of Tripura launched Notun Disha, that means New Direction project, to provide training to school teachers. If we talk about Tripura, it is northeast state of India. It shares border boundary with Bangladesh. Tripura was also in news as recently National Board for Wildlife has given approval for Trishna gas project of ONGC to extract natural gas from Trishna Wildlife Sanctuary of Tripura. If we talk about National Board for Wildlife, it is a statutory organization. It is constituted under Wildlife Protection Act of 1972 and Prime Minister is the chairman of National Board for Wildlife, while the Ministry in charge of Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change is the Vice Chairman. If we talk about wildlife, 3rd March is observed as World Wildlife Day and the theme of this year was Life Below Water for People and Planet. Apart from that, if we talk about Tripura, recently the first mega food park of Tripura was launched. It is Sikaria Mega Food Park. This Mega Food Park scheme is an initiative of Ministry of Food Processing. The Chief Minister of Tripura is Mr. Biplab Kumar Dev. Next question is, Hailakandi district, sometimes seen in news, is in which of the following states? Right answer is Assam. Recently, Niti Aayog released a report. As per that report, Hailakandi district of Assam was on the first position among 112 aspirational districts of India. This report was based on the performance during November-December of 2018 and January of 2019. If we talk about aspirational district program, the objective of this initiative is to rapidly transform the backward districts, and a Champions of Change dashboard provides the real-time information regarding these districts. This is an initiative of Niti Aayog. If we talk about Niti Aayog stands for National Institution for Transforming India. It was formed in 2015. It is a successor of Planning Commission, and Prime Minister is the ex officio chairman of Niti Aayog, while presently Mr. Rajiv Kumar, Vice Chairman, and Mr. Amitabh Kant is the CEO of Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog was also in news as recently it released SDG India Index 2018. As per that index, Himachal Pradesh, Kerala and Tamil Nadu are the top performing states, while Assam, Bihar and Uttar Pradesh are the worst performing states. If we talk about Assam, recently the Home Minister Mr. Rajnath Singh inaugurated Bold QIT project in Assam. Bold QIT stands for Border Electronically Dominated QRT Interception Technique. Apart from that, Assam was also in news as recently Assam ordered a ban on molasses. The Chief Minister of Assam is Mr. Sarbanand Sonowal. Assam was also in news as the second ASEAN India Youth Summit held in Guwahati in Assam. Next question is, which city has been adjudged cleanest city in Swachh Survekshan 2019? Right answer is Indore. So Indore has been adjudged as India's cleanest city as per Swachh Survekshan 2019. It is a city in Madhya Pradesh. If we talk about Madhya Pradesh, recently the Union Cabinet approved a proposal for setting up Center for Disability Sports at Gwalior in Madhya Pradesh. Apart from that, the state government of Madhya Pradesh recently started Mukhyamantri Yuva Swabhiman Yojana. As per that Yojana, the government will ensure 100 days of employment every year to urban youths from economically weaker sections. Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh is Mr. Kamal Nath. Madhya Pradesh was also in news as it is the host of 79th session of Indian History Congress. The state government was also in news as Madhya Pradesh recently created Adhyatmik Vibhag, that means spiritual department. Earlier, the government of Madhya Pradesh had created Anand Vibhag, that means Department of Happiness. So this Department of Happiness will now be incorporated into Spiritual Department. Madhya Pradesh was also in news as recently the government declared Kono Wildlife Sanctuary as National Park in order to facilitate the translocation of Asiatic lions from Gir National Park in Gujarat to Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh. Apart from that, recently the foundation of India's first National Institute of Mental Health Rehabilitation was laid down in Sihor district of Madhya Pradesh. It is India's first such institution. Next question is, Beresheet spacecraft, which is in news recently, is from which country? Right answer is Israel. Israeli spacecraft Beresheet has recently sent images back to Earth. This is a moon mission. If we talk about Israel, it was in news recently as USA officially shuttered its consulate in Jerusalem and downgraded the status of its main diplomatic mission to Palestinians by folding it into US Embassy to Israel. Apart from that, Israel was also in news as Israel Aerospace Industries has signed $93 million naval deal with Indian Navy. The deal is for MRSAM. MRSAM stands for Medium Range Surface to Air Missile. Israel was also in news as recently Australia recognized West Jerusalem as capital of Israel. The Prime Minister of Australia is Mr. Scott Morrison. Israel was also in news as recently USA and Israel formally left UNESCO. The headquarters of UNESCO is in Paris in France. Israel also became the 38th member of FATF. If we talk about FATF, it is Financial Action Task Force. It was formed in 1989. It is an intergovernmental organization to combat money laundering and terror financing. The headquarters of FATF is also in Paris in France. Recently, FATF was in news as it decided to keep Pakistan in grey list. Presently, Iran and North Korea are in the blacklist of Financial Action Task Force. Next question is, which international organization has signed $250 million loan pact for NRETP to boost rural incomes in India? Right answer is World Bank. So recently, World Bank and Government of India has signed $250 million loan agreement for NRETP project to boost rural incomes. If we talk about NRETP, NRETP stands for National Rural Economic Transformation Project. World Bank was also in news as recently Government of India, Government of Himachal Pradesh and World Bank signed $40 million loan agreement to provide better water facilities to the citizens of Greater Shimla. If we talk about Shimla, it is the capital of Himachal Pradesh, and recently Himachal Pradesh government was in news as it has declared monkeys as vermin for next 1 year. That means hunting of monkeys is not a punishable crime for next 1 year in state of Himachal Pradesh. Himachal Pradesh was also in news as recently it has passed a bill to make Sanskrit as second official language of the state. Hindi is the first official language of Himachal Pradesh. The state government of Himachal Pradesh was also in news as it has become the first state to launch single emergency number 112. Nagaland is the first northeast state to launch single emergency number 112. Overall, it is the second state of India to launch single emergency number after Himachal Pradesh. Nagaland was also in news as recently Justice Umanath Singh, who is the former Chief Justice of Meghalaya High Court, has been sworn in as the first Lokayukt of Nagaland. Next question is, Azadi Ke Diwani Museum has recently inaugurated in which of the following cities? Right answer is New Delhi. It has been inaugurated in New Delhi. It has been inaugurated by Union Minister Dr. Mahesh Sharma. If we talk about few other museums which were in news recently it was announced that India's first music museum will be in Thiruvarur in Tamil Nadu. Apart from that, recently Titanwala Museum was inaugurated in Rajasthan. It was inaugurated by Union Textile Minister Ms. Smriti Irani. In addition to that, recently Prime Minister Mr. Modi inaugurated National Museum of Indian Cinema in Mumbai in Maharashtra. Prime Minister also inaugurated Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Museum in Red Fort in New Delhi. If we talk about New Delhi, recently Prime Minister also dedicated National War Memorial to the nation in New Delhi. Next question is, Sheikh Ahmad Al-Fahad Al-Sabah, who has been re-elected as the new president of Olympic Council of Asia, is from which country? Right answer is Kuwait. So Mr. Sheikh Ahmad Al-Fahad Al-Sabah is a Kuwaiti politician and he has been re-elected as the president of Olympic Council of Asia. If we talk about Olympic Council of Asia, it is headquartered in Kuwait City in Kuwait. Recently, Olympic Council of Asia was in news as the General Assembly of Olympic Council of Asia has decided to include cricket in the 2022 edition of Asian Games. The 2022 edition of Asian Games will be in China and these will be 19th Asian Games. The most recent Asian Games held in 2018 in Jakarta and Palembang in Indonesia. The headquarters of Olympic Council of Asia is in Kuwait. If we talk about Kuwait, it is a Middle East country and the capital of Kuwait is Kuwait City. Kuwait is also a member of GCC. GCC stands for Gulf Cooperation Council. The headquarters of GCC is in Saudi Arabia in Riyadh. The other GCC members are Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, Oman and Saudi Arabia. The most recent summit of GCC held in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia and the next, that means 40th summit will be in UAE. UAE was also in news as recently the 46th session of Meeting of Foreign Ministers of Organization of Islamic Cooperation also held in Abu Dhabi in UAE. For the first time, a leader of non-Muslim country was invited and Ms. Sushma Swaraj was the guest of honor for this event. After this event, Abu Dhabi Declaration was released. Abu Dhabi was also in news as recently the Judicial Department of Abu Dhabi decided to include Hindi as third official language in courts. Presently, Arabic and English are used as official languages in courts. Next question is, the Geological Survey of India has launched how many GPS stations across country? Right answer is 22. So recently, the Geological Survey of India, that means GSI, has launched 22 GPS stations across country to identify seismically hazardous zones and to encourage mapping activities. If we talk about GPS, GPS stands for Global Positioning System. If we talk about GSI, that means Geological Survey of India, it was formed in 1851 and the headquarters of GSI is in Kolkata. The headquarters of Tea Board of India is also in Kolkata. It was formed in 1954. The Tea Board of India was recently in news as the Union Ministry of Commerce reappointed Mr. P.K. Bejbarua as the chairman of Tea Board. He became the first non-IAS officer to be appointed as the chairman of Tea Board, and now Union Ministry of Commerce has reappointed him as the chairman. Next question is, who has been appointed as new Director General of National Archives of India? Right answer is P.V. Ramesh. So recently, Mr. P.V. Ramesh has been appointed as the Director General of National Archives of India. If we talk about National Archives of India, it was formed in 1891 and it is under Ministry of Culture. It is located in New Delhi. If we talk about few other appointments, recently Mr. Govind Prasad Sharma has been appointed as new chairman of National Book Trust. In addition to him, recently Mr. Rishi Kumar Shukla has been appointed as new director of CBI, and Mr. Sushil Chandra, who was the former CBDT chairman, has been appointed as election commissioner. On the other hand, Mr. Pramod Chandra Modi has been appointed as new chairman of CBDT. CBDT stands for Central Board of Direct Taxes. Apart from that, recently Supreme Court has appointed Mr. D.K. Jain as the first court-appointed ombudsman for the BCCI. BCCI stands for Board of Control for Cricket in India. Next question is, which of the following countries has signed a New Delhi Declaration on Asian Rhinos 2019? Right answer is all of the above. So recently, New Delhi Declaration was signed on Asian rhinos. It was signed between 5 countries. These are India, Bhutan, Nepal, Indonesia and Malaysia for the conservation of rhino. Thank you, and that's all for the day.